Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board, click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. I'm going to do something in my Viviva sketchbook today. This is another one, and this is the one I'm going to work in. And I'm going to do some flowers and a cat. Just a whimsical thing. I hope you like it. We'll see how it turns out. So let's paint. I'm just going to use a micron pen for some black lines and things like the whiskers on the cat. And I'm going to use whatever paints come to hand here in my collection on my butcher's block, which I'll just show you that. This is where I sort of keep most of my paints, just to the side of me like that. Not sure which I'll use. Let the fancy take me as it will, so to speak. This could be considered a warm-up. Not sure, this wasn't what I planned actually for today, but sometimes it's best not to do what you planned. So I've got my sketch here that I've already done, and I'm going to try to reproduce something remotely like that. So let's see what happens. It's good to have a selection of different colours so you can just pick up more or less at random whatever you feel like using, and some space also to mix is handy. So pink is always a good colour to start with, so let's see if I can find some pink. That would be alizarin crimson, probably, and this paper is a bit dodgy because it's a sort of hot press, so when you put the paint on it just sits there, whereas on ordinary watercolour paper, which we usually use cold press, it has a different result, doesn't it, when you put the paint on? But this can be quite nice, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'll just put some colours in around and about. I'll use some reds and some mauves to start with, just popping them in like this, and then perhaps we'll switch to more of a, we're kind of thinking autumn at the moment, aren't we? So some nice dahlia red type colours, and the thing to do also is to make sure we don't make them all the same size, which is something that we all do. And now perhaps I'll switch to turquoise. I'm going to follow the colour scheme that I had before, because that turned out quite well. So now I'll put in a few blues, and we won't worry if they run a little bit like that. It doesn't matter. The main thing is just to make something reasonably pleasing. Maybe a little bit of orange here, again, autumn mood. And I'm just doing irregularly shaped blobs because we'll put the shapes of the flowers in afterwards. It'll be a kind of, what do you call it? Well, embellished, I suppose. I'll put a yellow one up there. I'm going to put a little group of yellows over here, perhaps. And maybe we'll put a little group. I'm using some orange from the Viviva set here. But I don't want to stress you out too much about what colour you use, because it doesn't matter. So we do that, and maybe we have another orange one here. Blue again, perhaps cobalt blue, perhaps down here, one of my favourite colours. And if something seems a bit light, if it's faded down a bit too much, you can add some more colour to it. It does always happen. So let's go for a bit more orange over here. Maybe a few blobs of orange. Here too, not too big. How about some mauve? And in a minute, I will start putting in some leaves. More yellow down here. And what about some orange out here? Looks like nothing on earth at this point, doesn't it? And you're probably thinking, where did you say you were going to put the cat? So the cat has not appeared yet. Now, as for what colour we're going to do that cat, I think I probably might do him black. And he is going to go here, I hope. Just leave it like that for a minute. That's just the start. And so we might put a few greenish things in now. This is the green from the Viviva set. And just to give us the shape. And then I'm going to have to let it dry. We're going to put green leaves in between here and there, like that. I have to let it dry and we'll come back and do the next step. So next I'm going to add some more sort of soft greens in the background, adding to these leaves as well. And I think probably need some here. You do have to, I'm trying to remind myself that I do have to paint over what's already there, because so it looks more natural. And now I'm just dropping a little bit more paint into the ones that I've already done. Excuse the dogs. And again, coming back into some of these and perhaps making them a bit bigger, a bit darker. And let me see. It's just meant to be a completely multicolour kind of bunch of flowers, as you can see. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to start now with some pen. So now I'm going to start to sort of draw this together a little bit and put some stems in. And just kind of, this is a bit I like. I quite enjoy this, I don't know what you call it, I really don't know what you call this, but just kind of shaping things up with a sketchy pen approach. It's quite fun. And if you feel that you're not able to draw, if you say, oh, I can't draw, I challenge you to give it a try, to put some blobs of paint on, screw up all your courage and see what you can do. This channel isn't the place for fussy work. There's time and a place for everything. So what I'm doing first is going around all the leaves and putting in some stems and the bottoms of these flowers. And we will then start turning them into something a little bit. And you can never pre-plan this. The one I did before didn't go quite like this one. You can never know what's going to come, and the less you try to reproduce what you did before, the better, in my opinion, humble as it is. And so we'll do a few like that. Maybe we'll do this one like this. Doesn't matter what you do. In a minute we'll switch to white, I think. Let me see, what should we do here? And I'm thinking about the cat. He's in need of a tail. Like that. Let's give him a little tail. I'll pick up some black paint. And okay, so now let us do white. This pen, this gel pen by I can never remember what it's called, Signo, works best if you don't press too hard. It's quite strange like that. It doesn't like to be pressed on. And it's hard to remember that. You have to kind of just let it drift over the paper. This one's not working very well. But sometimes the broken line is quite sweet too. Yeah, lightly and not too fast. That's the thing. And maybe I'll put a little bit of gold in, or perhaps bronze, maybe. That might be nice. Let's see if that works. Or copper, whatever it's meant to be. Don't know if that's going to show up very much. Doesn't show up quite as much as the gold, but it might show on the purple. There we are. And let me see, do we want any more leaves and stuff like that? Filling in the gaps maybe, or are we okay? Are we, as they say, good to go? I think we could be. And the cat has a funny little face. Just going to make his eyes a bit more oval there. I'm going to leave that white patch on his nose because there's lots of cats out there with you could say imperfect faces. Give him some whisker dots and then hold our breath and try to put in his whiskers. These ones aren't going to show much, but just so we know they're there. And I think probably that will do. I mean, you can go on forever doing more stuff. You could do some circles here. You could do all sorts of things, put in some more leaves. You could use a Poetique brush pens for doing this part if you feel that your brushwork is not adequate. And you could bring it out a lot further. But I quite like the shape that it's turned out. And, oh, hang on a second, these need some stems, don't they? Put some stems for those. Maybe a little leaf or two. So there we are. I think I'm going to leave it there, she said, for the millionth time. If you enjoyed this, please give us a like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And if you'd like to become a member, we've got Patreon and also YouTube membership, which you can easily join. Information about that in the description below, or on our blog, on our website, dianeantone.com, where we have lots of sketches of all of the paintings, many of the paintings that I've done. And you can download all of those for free, although I would prefer it if you didn't actually download all 400 of them. If you do that, we'd appreciate a little bit of financial contribution to the cost of running our website. I'm sure most of you do that all the time, and you're all very lovely people. So I'm going to stop before much longer, just putting in a few little bits here and there, and I'm going to call that a day. So there we are, one whimsical cat in the flower bed. Isn't that where we always find them? So I'll let you go for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye everybody, bye bye.